Hi everyone! In this, the first of the one-part video series, we will be talking about what is a successful project. I think this is extremely important for both the project managers and executives to understand this part because this question, unknowingly to many people, has two dimensions: the project management point of view and the project portfolio management view. So in this particular video, I will be talking about how to unite them all into one vision for a successful project. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Think Tank Consulting video blog. My name is Jamal and I'm the president and principal consultant at Think Tank Consulting. Today we're starting a new video series called What is a Successful Project? There are two views, generally speaking, on this question. View number one, I call it very old school. The project must be completed on time, on budget, and deliver the full scope promised. If that happens, this is a successful project. Newer school says it must deliver some kind of value to the company, and the more value it is delivering, the better it is. Let's again go through several case studies. Some of them are real, some of them are made up, and try to understand, was this project a success or a failure, and if it was a failure, then why. Let's say we have a real estate development company. They decide to build a luxury condo complex somewhere by the lake. They commission a project manager. Project manager is an excellent professional. He's using every tool and technique out there in the PMBOK and delivers this project on time, on budget, and the full scope. By the time he finishes his project, it turns out that the company can only sell 10% of the units for whatever reason. Economy went down, location was not properly selected, there is no infrastructure nearby, say supermarkets, kindergartens, etc., etc. Was this project a success? No, because it failed to deliver value. From the project management point of view, it was a success. He delivered on time, on budget, and followed all of the rules of project portfolio management. Of project management. From the point of view of project portfolio management, it was a failure. Why? Because it did not deliver the value, financial in this particular case. Hence, this project was a failure. Example number two, real life. Denver Airport baggage handling system. Had a whole bunch of failures in the area of project management, specifically requirements elicitation, proper planning, estimation, etc. As a result, it required an additional 50% of the original budget. So 400 million plus another 200 million on top of that. Has been delayed by almost 2 years. Was this project a success? No. Why? Because it was way over budget and way too late. Was this a good, from the project management point of view, it was a failure. From the project portfolio management view, was it a failure or not? Well, the idea was good. We need to upgrade our baggage handling system. We're the Denver airport. We're one of the largest hubs in the world. But because of the failure on the project management side, again, this project cannot be considered a success. Another interesting example, also real life. Burj Al Arab. You probably saw a pictures of that building that looks like a sail in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. To the best of our knowledge, and I'm saying to the best of our knowledge because the hotel is owned by the government of Dubai and they do not disclose their financial information, but to the best of our knowledge, it was on time. From the inception until the delivery took 5 years. It was on budget, cost about $650 million. It delivered the full scope promised. One problem, there's some rumors that that project carried a very negative MPV, i.e. it did not generate as much money, a sufficient amount of money to cover for the $650 million cost. Was this project a success? Well, it's fairly obvious from the project management point of view. Yes, it was a success. Delivered on time, on budget, full scope promise, excellent, the only, as they say, 7-star hotel in the world. From the project portfolio management side, if you look at financials only, then no, it was a failure. But you have to examine the intent of the government of the United Arab Emirates. What they wanted to do is they wanted to transform their country from the exclusively oil-based economy to the trade and tourism-based market. And one of the main reasons they decided to build that hotel, to show A, that there is a supply of luxury hotels in Emirates, B, there is a demand for luxury hotels in Emirates, C, create some kind of an iconic structure that will be to Dubai, what's Eiffel Tower, say, is for France or Paris. So was this project a success? Yes, if you consider the strategies they had in mind. Let me give you some other examples of projects that definitely succeeded on project portfolio management side and were somewhat successful on the project management side. Titanic movie. It cost $200 million. Revenues, $2 billion. First ever iPhone cost $150 million to develop. Revenues, $2.7 billion. Grand Theft Auto 5, famous computer game, cost $265 million. Revenues, $1 billion in the first 3 days. So let's try to draw some conclusions from the case studies I shared with you. Project success is a function of the following things. Business value is realized, whatever your business value is. Titanic, Grand Theft Auto, iPhone, obviously money. In case of Burj Al Arab, putting Dubai on the world map as a tourist destination and transforming from oil-based economy into trade and tourism economy. Project is delivered reasonably on budget. And I will explain in a second what reasonably means. Project is delivered reasonably on time. Project scope is delivered within reasonable limits. Note, reasonable in this particular case means does not negate the business value. Let's go back one slide. Let's go back one slide. Let me ask you this question. If Titanic ended up costing $210 million while generating the revenues of $2 billion, would it still be considered a success? Obviously, yes. If iPhone cost $200 million, I went over budget by $50 million, with revenues of $2.7 billion, would it still be considered a success? Absolutely, yes. So this is what I mean by reasonable. Had Titanic cost, say, $4 billion instead of $200 million? No, it would be a failure. If iPhone development cost amounted to, say, $3 billion while generating the revenue of $2.7 billion, it would be a failure. So hence the reasonable factor in here. Slightly over budget or slightly late is fine. Over budget or late to the extent that it negates the business value, bad. What are we going to do in the next segment? In the next series, we will talk about optimism bias and its impact on project portfolio management decisions. And we will look at 3 different explanations for why optimism bias exists. So this was the first episode of the 1-part series called What is a Successful Project? Please share and like this video, leave a comment, visit our company blog on thinktankconsulting.ca, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe to our RSS feed and YouTube video channel. You can find all of the relevant links below in the description section. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time on another edition of Think Tank Consulting video blog.